deliver a whole neighborhood, maybe 400 papers, and take a whole afternoon or so. Anyway, they used to give you $1 for doing that.
$1 for selling how many?
Well, they delivered everybody free. They were all free with $1.
Oh, okay.
They give you $1 for about 400 of them.
So what other jobs did you have as a kid? I know you said you worked in...
yeah, I worked in a drugstore when I was 16, and after then I worked the last year in high school. I co-opted. I worked 2 weeks and went to school 2 weeks. Where I got 37 cents an hour at that time. We were working in what I call Army Navy E. We got for efficiency for we were building cable cutters for minesweepers.
And when was that?
In a machine shop in high school. My first year, I was in my last 2 years. I was in what they call machine shop, where I went to class 2 weeks and went to machine shop for 2 weeks. And the last year, why there were 10 of us that were good enough that they would let us work in the factory. If the factories employed, I worked at American Laundry Machinery Company, and we built even cable cutters. I got the Army Navy E, their little emblems that they gave us for. We had a certain production scale that we had to make so many of them a day, I guess it was, or something.
What were you saying yesterday? I already forgot, so you have to forgive me. About you have like a whole wagon load of papers, and you would get
we'd gather paper from the whole neighborhood.
You would gather them up.
And then
after they were.
We'd go in places and ask if they had papers they wanted to get rid of, and they'd give them to us. They'd be in the garage or someplace, and we'd stack them in the wagon and then haul them to a place where we sold them, and we'd get a quarter out of a whole wagon load of them. Take us all day to get them.
So what would you spend your quarter on?
Well, we saved it.
Oh, okay.
Once in a while, John and I would. We used to be able to buy Pepsi-Cola was in, I think, 10-ounce bottles at that time, but for a quarter you get 6 of them. You know.
Wow.
And then White Castle used to be 6 for a quarter too. And so once in a while we'd do that. John Monroe and I was the guy that did that all the time. Well, we only did that a couple years, 3 couple. No, I worked in the drugstore for a quarter an hour. 1 week I worked 48 hours, the other week I worked 30.
What was that? If you were in high school, that would have been like the late 30s, early 40s or something?
I graduated from high school in 1943. And I worked in a drugstore. My mother died in 1941. She died February the 5th, 1941. She died of pneumonia is what she died of, but she had been sick a long time. She was in the bed. I had a sister who was just 2 years old. We took care of her for 3 years.
that Ruth Ann?
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters did you have anyway?
I had a brother and 2 sisters.
Oh, okay. The brother was Donald, is that right?
Yeah, right. I don't know if you were here when I was telling about him. He had spinal meningitis, and he was unconscious for 2 weeks. And he had a high fever. We had to keep ice on him. And we fed him with Caro syrup and water, an eye drop.